I'm Manfred Schmidtke with Smart for Life. In our beautiful lab here today, we're going to be making some bread. Very simple ways to do it. We formulated a mixture right here, which is our Artisan sourdough bread mix. And I'm so excited about it because we've been working on this one for quite a while now and we're about to launch it. So I want to show you how simple it is to make great bread. Before we start using this mix, we want to shake it up a little bit, only to make sure the ingredients are thoroughly in there. And what we're going to do is go ahead and start very easy with the water first. It's 3/4 cup of water in here. And we're going to take 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now let me tell you, you don't have to use olive oil if you don't like to. You can also use grapeseed oil. You could use many different types of oils that you like. It's not necessary, but as long as you stick with the ratio of 2 tablespoons, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to, like I said, shake up the bag a little bit, and you're going to take 2 cups of this flour, add it directly on top of your liquids. So simple and easy to use. And make sure you seal it back up and put away the bag. Take the attachment. And you can do this also by hand. It's not necessary to do it with the machine. By hand, it works as well. Turn it on and mix this typically for around, I would say about 6 minutes, and it should be easily developed. You see the type of bread we made from this? It is so easy. It is so much fun to do. And it's such a versatile dough. So our 6 minutes are up in the machine. We can basically shut down the machine and pull out the dough. Look how beautiful this came out. Take a little regular flour. Don't use the mix. That's the only thing I recommend. Only because what happens is the mix has ingredients inside that you don't really want to use as dusting flour. Okay, so just put the dough all in the center here and make sure you get every bit of it. Like this. And then what the simple way to do this, just to round it, is kind of fold the outside of the dough in the middle, right? Just like that. And it kind of like brings and makes it a nice smooth pillow. So just like that, do it a couple of times. And this can, like I said, can be utilized not just for this bread, but it can be utilized for also pizza. So you turn it over from here, and just turn it over, and just kind of like on the bottom, just like the old-fashioned way of making pizza. Make the dough nice and round. You see a little cup right here, and kind of like give it a swirl. And pat it down a little bit. That's beautiful right there. So now what I want to do is I want to take this dough, and it needs to relax. If you look right in the center right here, you can actually see the elliptic core inside of it, which is so good for you. The doctor will have a little link on this to really explain what the benefits are of elliptic core. So anyway, put this dough into the bag as in such, and then what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for a good 1 hour, an hour and a half. You'll see it will double in size, and then we're going to be shaping our breads the way in many different shapes. Ready to go. So here we are now. This dough is now fermented for about like an hour and a half. Keep in mind, it's like about an hour to an hour and a half. Keep in mind that time is flavor. It's just like chicken soup. The longer you let it sit, the better it will taste. So fermentation is part of, where it really creates a lot of unique flavors in the bread. So here what we're going to do is we're going to take this dough that we made and we're going to turn it around and we're going to flatten it out. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold one side down and close it up. And then you're going to simply fold the other side up, like that, and close it up again. Take the ends a little bit, right, and tuck them in. And then simply fold this side over and seal this side right here. Seal that side up. And I use my side right here, palm, and close it up. And if you want to see, that seal is now sealed. And I'm going to roll it out a little bit. And it taper off the ends a little bit. That's always nice. It gives it a nice crispy look to the ends of it. Roll it out. And simple, easy. You see the seam right there. Leave it like that. Grab the sheet pan and such. And then what you want to do is kind of like, just like that. And I like to cover it up with the saran wrap. So there, it stays nice and moist, and the skin doesn't get dry. Now this stays in here until the loaf has at least increased by 75%. So just as another tidbit right here is, once you have it covered like this loaf of bread can actually be in the refrigerator just like this until tomorrow morning. And that's always nice to have fresh bread in the morning. It's just amazing on the weekends to eat this with your kids. So at this point on, what we have, the bread has fermented for somewhere around an hour and a half. It is now increased in volume by 75%, and that's really what you're looking for. It is covered with a little bit of saran that keeps the bread nice and moist, the skin. So at this point, what we're going to do is remove it, and we're going to brush it with a little bit of water to give it a little extra, meaning like a little moisture on the outside so it can really jump in the oven nicely. I like a little bit of sesame seeds on top, kind of like an Italian loaf of bread. And I like to be generous with it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to simply cut the loaf, give it its slashes. I like to use a razor blade, and like kind of like cut it like as many cuts as you like. You can even go with a crisscross like that. That's something you can practice as you become a little bit more of an expert using our mix. Keep in mind, you can also, with this dough right here, you can add cheese on top of it afterwards. You can even use this, like I said, a pizza. You can cut down the center, add tomato sauce with cheese. It's such a great, versatile mix that you can have fresh bread in your house all the time. The smell is irreplaceable. It is just unbelievable. This just came out of the oven, this bread right here, and we're loving it. So I'll talk to you soon, guys. Until the next recipe.